This video is to help us, any of our volunteers that are taking on the task of running a booth or something where we use our church pop-up tent. And I'm going to do a demonstration on setting it up. It can be done easily by one person, but the easiest way is with two people. So however you want to work it out, you'll see me doing it as one person. You can kind of see how that's done. But it's as simple as this right here. You unzip the bottom, you flip it out, which you'll see me do, and then we'll start popping it up. So I think the best way to do this is to unzip the bottom, lay it back on its side, flip the bottom out and back like so, flip it up onto its feet, steady it, and pull this up and over, and then you got that out of the way. Then at this point you're just going to basically be opening up like an accordion. So I just usually grab it by two sides, then the two opposite sides, and then just kind of, I'll do it this way, pick this side up, start pulling it out like so, and then just kind of doing this all the way around, about like that, and then just kind of stopping right there. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the canopy top, which has Christ's Hope name and website wrapped around it. And the easiest thing to do is to just start pulling it over at this point carefully, to be careful not to snag it on different things, and just kind of help it over. And the center point has a vent in the middle, and you can kind of see the difference of that once you're here with it. And I'll just pull an opposite corner on over and then just kind of lay it there at that point. Do the same thing again, pull it carefully across the center, pull the edging over until I get to another corner. This side here says Christ's Hope, and it stops with that, so I know that my edge is somewhere right around here. And here's this corner. You can always tell because it has this little triangular flap that has a little canvas hook on the side, little loop for the tent strings, the string and the stakes. So I'm just going to put that there. And the other thing to note that's really helpful are these Velcro strips. There's two here on each side of the seam, and there's a Velcro here and a Velcro here. You just want to bring it down there and put it right on that, and that'll hold it tight. And do that to each corner, and then that's all stuck. And then you can see that the centerpiece right here, you'll see the stitching where everything comes to a point. I just usually go and help that over the center, and you can even do this with a little bit more collapsed if you so choose. So at this point here, it should be ready to go up, and I'm just going to start expanding it out to this point here. And then just kind of watch the canopy as you go around. Just get it so that the edging is here on the side. And then at a certain point, if you're doing this by yourself, the next step that I would do is to go right into the middle, right here on the centerpiece, and start pushing it up. And at this point here, it's going to start getting tight. You just go to each corner and push it up past the locking pin, which there'll be a locking pin right about here, and you'll hear it click. And then at this point here, the canopy's down low, and you're going to see these feet. You're going to pull these bars up in each leg until you get to a clicking spot here where the pin pops through, and you want to go to the highest level, and you'll just have to work your way around. So there's the first level, and I'll just leave it at that, go all the way around, and then I'll take it up to the highest level. Okay, so they're all up to the lowest level. I'm going to go and just kind of recenter everything so it's not bent so much, and then go around and click it up to its highest level. Okay, so that's how you put this all the way up, and on each side, probably before you go to those highest level, there's Velcro straps on the sides to help kind of anchor it to the framing. You can put those on before you go up to the highest level. So at this point here, we've got the canopy top on. You'll want to, if there's any wind that day, you're going to want to situate this with some of the strings and anchors that are in this bag, and just use those on the side where those loops are. And that's mainly for grass and yard. If you find yourself on pavement, concrete, these are bags to put weights in that have Velcro straps that go right here onto the bottoms of the legs, that those can be used, and there's 4 of those. You can put sand in those. You could put gallons of water, sitting a gallon of water in each one to help keep the weight on it. And then, let me get out of here. And then the final thing that we suggest, depending on the event of what you're doing, if you are going to be using a table for people to approach you where you're going to be sitting at it, this banner, we encourage you to have the church name at the face, whatever the front of the tent is, have the church name there, and the website's on the sides. The church name is on those sides right now. But this is a banner that if you have a table set up, that you can put it right here across the base, and that allows people to see our logo, and also creates a little bit of a courtesy panel for anybody that might be wearing a skirt or something that day, a modesty panel. Or if you're not doing a table, whatever the back side of the tent is, you can put it up high like so to display it that way. That should go on almost every single time. Some options that we have are these pieces right here that go onto the framing around here, and you can create anywhere from 1 to 3 walls around this that actually come around to this point here to where somebody just enters in a doorway. And that can be used if you're expecting bad weather. Anytime there's going to be high winds, we encourage you to not even use this at all. Don't trust the anchors or the weights. If it's going to be high winds that day, it's not worth putting this up. So for moderate to low winds to a chance of rain, if you're expecting a lightning thunderstorm, once again, not a good idea to have this. But for moderate to hot weather where you're going to be, the sun's going to be bearing down on you, you might be experiencing rain, you can put these sides up however you see fit to give you that break from the sun or protection from the rain. So that's what these are, and they just go onto the sides. So that's essentially how you put this up. If you have any other questions, just contact somebody on staff at the church, and we would be happy to show you more. Okay, so starting with the teardown, you'll want to go to each post here, and you're going to want to drop the pin, press it in and drop it to its lowest setting. And then you're going to walk around, and this handle right here has a little button you to press on it. You push down and you pull it down below the little button that's up above here, and you do that on all 4 corners of it. And then once you've got all 4 corners, you'll see that the tension eases up quite a bit, and you'll pull down a little bit, and then you'll want to walk a leg in, pull down a little bit, walk a leg in, pull down a little bit, walk a leg in, walk a leg in. And then you're going to want to go to each corner and unvelcro it. You'll see that there are Velcro tabs here that wrap on each side of the pole. Keep walking it in. And go ahead and begin to pull the canopy off the top. Each side wall should have a little Velcro strap to help secure the top on. So just make sure those are undone. And then just keep walking it in. Like so, about to that point. And then go ahead and pull the top out carefully, just to make sure you don't snag it on something and end up ripping it. Just kind of pull it as it seems to be coming off smoothly. Like so. One of the better ways to fold this up is to find the center point of the very top of the canopy and then fold it out or lay it out almost in a diamond or triangular pattern like this. So you see all of the one website side, and this side here would be all of Christ Hope side. And then at that point you can fold it over and continue to fold it over until you get it into maybe what looks like the shape of a folded US flag or something like that. That's just a suggestion, but this is probably the easiest way to start. Then you just end up finishing collapsing this here down until it gets to this point here. And then you can go ahead and release these buttons on all the legs to bring it down to a roughly 5.5 foot level that it will go inside of this bag. And all you do here is you slide it over the top. And you'll see this is the bottom part that actually has the roller and it has a base to it. You'll want to keep it square on one side. And then go ahead and run it all the way down until it gets to there. And then at this point, I would encourage you to just lay it down, grab this handle, pull it up, tuck it in a little bit more until it comes up square there. And then at that point there, if there's anything else you need to put in here, go ahead. But then just zip up the base. And it does have roller wheels on it, so you just grab it by the handle and roll it to where you're going to go. It's as simple as that. So that's the tear down of the tent, and most likely when you're tearing down the tent, you'll see that there will be tent stakes, strings, and possibly sandbags or weighted bags that would be connected to that. And that's what these are. Just make sure you collect them and put them into the bag and put them with this. If they fit to this or somehow with it, great. If not, just make sure we just keep these all together just so that we have everything.
Located here on the side pouch is where we will keep the paper instructions and the tent stakes and tie down strings. So if you want to see the manual instructions, they will be located here in this pouch, and this is where they're both to be returned after tearing down the tent.
And We also have a church banner that's a part of that has the logo in the middle of it. Just go ahead and fold that up and put that with the canopy. And our tent does have sides with it. Sometimes it'll be used, sometimes not. Just fold all that stuff up together, put it with the canopy, with this, and store it in the same place, transport it all together. Thank you.